Get ready. It's setting up now. Okay. All right. We'll be going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, cats and kittens. Orewa Jose, Yoroshiku. We're back in the Crisis Corner on Manga Monday. I'm here with my man Dave. Say hey,
What's
Dave.
up? What's up? What's up?
Yeah, we're going to be doing our review or impressions or whatever you want to call it for One Piece chapter 1012, Itch. Is that correct? Yeah. That's
Itch.
the title. Itch.
That's right.
I guess that's in we know what that's in reference to. So all right. And we're gonna get into some real stuff on the back end, but yeah. Here we go. This I mean overall I thought it was a transition type chapter. Let me see, blow this up right quick. Essentially starting off with the scabbards getting set up for we know there's going to be a lot of fights. What I spoke on the last on my last review, I'm not even going to say it's a concern, but there's going to be a whole lot of fights. I mean, here we're setting up what? Who's going with who? Kennymon is taking. Is it Aizo? Who's going with Kennymon?
Oh, Kiku.
Kiku's going with Kennymon. You got Kawamatsu taking off with Nico Mamushi. No.
Nakamushi goes off on his own, but Kawamatsu and Izo they leave together.
They're going just to fight general battles, I believe. Yeah. Because he told them to split up, and there's a lot of fights going on, and a lot of people need support. Go fight. And Nekomamushi is going to get Perospero.
Yeah.
Which is I got Nekomamushi winning that fight. If especially if he goes Sulo. Now I ain't sleeping on Perospero.
I'm about to say it sounds like you're sleeping on Perospero.
I'm saying, I mean, yeah, was he short a leg, right? From messing with Jack. But
short of arm.
Arm? Okay, that's what you call him, lost a leg. Okay. He goes Sulo.
Nekomamushi short of he's short of arm. Inuarashi is short of leg.
Okay.
Okay, we right. Okay. So they both short arms. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he got a pistol on his left hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I got him taking Perospero. If he goes too long, it's over.
If he don't
go too long, I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I ain't positive that if he don't go too long, it's over.
Because I think people sleep on Perospero. Perospero, he's a monster. I'm under the impression this dude's hardcore.
I don't sleep on him, but I ain't, crazy about his chances with Nekomamushi.
All right.
Because that's just my impression. That's my thought. He looks pretty happy about going to fight him too. Which is weird because what did Perospero actually do? I mean, Pedro died on his own. You know what I'm saying? He sacrificed his life for the crew, which is what he probably should have did anyway.
To be fair, and I agree with this. And I think Perospero kind of covered this when he was, finishing up with Wanda and Carrot. Like, essentially, firstly, this dude came to my house, and we defended ourselves. And then he had to, he did what he did, and I defended, but I just survived. So why you mad at me? Like, don't come out and play pirate if you ain't prepared to deal with the consequences.
Which is an issue that I'm gonna get into later, but that's the code. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right.
Fair fight.
You
walk into a battle, you walk into a war, prepare to face the consequences. That's it. I mean, they even as far as I'm concerned, But apparently he's going to get revenge on. But again, there's a lot of fights being set up. Now you got your Yamato is leaving. Yamato leaves Momonosuke in Shinobu's hands while she goes off to help Luffy. Okay, that's another fight that seems interesting because Momonosuke says that Luffy's doing okay. He's lost a little energy, but he's doing okay. So Luffy could conceivably need backup. I think he needs backup because honestly, he's learned to use Conqueror's Haki offensively, but he just learned. You know what I'm saying? He's gotta adapt to that while Kaido has been doing it for years. So he probably needs backup. That's my guess.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with that. I don't like the idea of it being Yamato. I'm just going to put that out there. That doesn't necessarily appeal to me, and I understand that she feels burden. I guess essentially, I'm sure there's another term I could be using by her father, and how he's treated her. I guess oppressed. But I don't necessarily, if Luffy's gonna have somebody up on that rooftop with him to battle Kaido, I honestly feel like it should be Luffy and who I perceive to be his partner, which is Roronoa Zoro. So I don't necessarily, Yamato joining them doesn't necessarily appeal to me.
Yeah, I mean, Oda's, he's going on. He's going out there. This is not like any battle that we've seen so far. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of akin to Marineford, but more moving pieces, less definition. Not to say that it's bad. Don't get me wrong. This is good stuff. One was off the hook. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, subverting expectations, I guess you might say.
Left and right.
Yeah. So this is it's just, we'll see how it plays out. I trust Oda. He'll do what he got.
I mean, I trust him too, but with Yamato, it doesn't necessarily feel earned to me in that regard. So I'm like you said, we're gonna let this play out because I find anytime I end up doubting Oda, I end up with egg on my face.
Right.
So I'm gonna let Oda do what Oda do.
Okay. Now one of the highlights of the chapter is Sanji and Zoro, which is absolutely cool. And again, Sanji's beating down Kaido's men and protecting Zoro, who he's wrapped up like a mummy. And they get the whole flashback. Not not issue, but an interesting thing is they do the flashback as to how they came to that situation.
Yeah.
Law swapped them out apparently with something that was already in the air.
Yes.
Which, I mean, it's a minor issue, but I'm interested in how his powers actually work. Does he know what he's switching with? Or does he just grab the first thing that's somewhere other than where he is?
I think it's all, I think it depends on I think how much time he has in place. Because I think, if he wanted to, and I think it's all dependent on a lot of things, because I assume he would have swapped with something to get on the rooftop. So it looks to me he should have the range to be able to land on the floor somewhere. So I'm not certain, but it looked, I mean, they were trying to get off the rooftop, so I'm assuming that it was expedited, and he didn't have time to figure that out.
Yeah, okay. But they land in the capable hands of Blackleg Sanji.
Yeah.
Who laments the fact that it wasn't women falling out of the sky. Whatever. Their interaction is just precious. Law basically sets it up, your man been damaged. He broke 20 or 30 bones in his body. It gives him basically marching orders on how to, take care of him, wrap him up, and keep his head elevated, blah, blah, blah. And so he basically stuck with Zoro. You know what I'm saying? But again, they're crewmates. You know what I'm saying? As much as he's whining and moaning about this, that, and the other, he took care of it.
I mean, like real talk, and that's true to who Sanji is. Like, and this is, if you look at Sanji's character, I mean, which is why I really love Sanji. I'm gonna tell you off the break, Sanji's one of my absolute favorites.
Oh yeah.
But like, if you go back to Sabadi Archipelago, where essentially Kuma's making cats disappear. Luffy tells everybody to scatter, get out of here. And Sanji's the one who says, I understand it's an order, but I can't sit by and watch my Nakama be treated like this. And this was on what was going on with Zoro, and that Bama moved into action. So I'm gonna tell you, it don't matter, he about his crew, like he about his crew. Sanji is my dude.
Yeah. I mean, he like I said, he wraps him up excessively, but he said he's not a doctor, so
he not,
He said put him to a plank of wood. He put him to a plank of wood. He wrapped him up as best he could, and then took off. You know what I'm saying? Now he's headed to the performance floor, which is where King.
That's where King, Queen. That's where all the main action is taking place.
So that means that that's potentially setting him up with a fight with King or Queen, either supporting Marco, which Marco is the only person at this point who can heal Zoro up.
Yes.
Speedily to the point where he can actually
do some stuff. So, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, at this point, again, Oda got me feeling a little apprehensive. So, at this point, I can say I like Zoro's effort on the rooftop. I'm pleased with what he's offered the team. I'm pleased with his showing in Wano arc. Yeah. And I know he has more, but Sanji hasn't done anything. And then I don't want to harp on Whole Cake Island and what went down there and the year of Sanji. And I'll give him a lot of props in terms. I know this is, some subject for you. And I'll give him a lot of props in terms of, just his cooking skill or baking skill being on display. Like like real talk, no matter how he went about it, Sanji got to give props because he's the only cat that I know who put Big Mom on her back.
Yep.
Off the deliciousness of the cake, it don't even matter, and I understand it's not a Shokugeki no Soma. This is One Piece, but he laid Big Mom out.
Yes.
That's Sanji. But I would have preferred he had a fight. And at this point in time, I got problems with the raid suit. I still do.
Which he hasn't employed yet, which is weird.
But Sanji hasn't done anything physically that I feel like that says Sanji's still a badass. And I got a problem with that. Him being paired with Zoro, I'm apprehensive because I don't want Zoro to eat up any of Sanji's shine. Like that's a problem to me. So I'm waiting to see who those matchups are because I need Sanji to get his, and that's real.
Well, look at it this way: if Marco is like tired out,
which I'm assuming he will be,
yeah, and he has, I don't know how long it would take him to heal Zoro up, but I know Sanji can't hold the two of them off by himself. He would need somebody else at least.
X-Drake is down there still.
Is he?
Okay. I mean, he was fighting the poo, but he was still down there. So I don't know if maybe Chopper tags in with the poo, and maybe X-Drake and Sanji hold off King and Queen. Maybe
that's right. The last we saw Chopper, he had punched Queen in the face.
Yeah, he punched him in the face, but I haven't seen Chopper do anything that makes me think he's close to commander level.
No. But he would get, like you say, he would have to tag in for somebody.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, that would be weird because maybe, like you say, one of the other supernovas could get in with Chopper, but then would he be fighting Queen, and then Sanji would have to fight King, which would be off the hook, to be honest with you. Queen. He engaged King already once, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, sort of, because I feel like, and that's another thing. I think Oda kind of teased both of them versus Sanji.
Yeah.
So he had him take that attack from King in the air, but he also had essentially Queen say, that's Judge's son.
Right.
So I feel like he's teased both of them versus Sanji. I'm gonna tell you, normally, because I don't want to get into the pecking order in my mind. It is Luffy, Zoro, Sanji. So ideally, Zoro would fight the second strongest cat on the squad. But like I said, Zoro has the rooftop to lean on.
Right.
Where no matter who he takes down, I honestly feel like he should come out with a higher bounty than Sanji.
Oh, yeah.
But I would not be mad if Sanji got King in any way, shape, or form.
No, not at all.
I would prefer it. If I'm being 100, I would prefer Sanji get King in this situation.
And he needs that fight. He needs that.
He needs some time. Yeah, he needs some time.
Yeah.
So I prefer Sanji versus King.
And let me backtrack on one little thing, and I'm gonna try to hold back my Zoro hype a little bit. All right, 20 to 30 broken bones. He broke them bones blocking that shot from Kaido and Big Mom, right?
Yeah.
That means he cut Kaido. He cut Kaido with 20, 30 broken bones when he let loose that insurer.
Yes.
So he activated his King's Hockey.
Yeah.
20 to 30 broken bones. That's my dude. All right, that's enough. It just occurred to me, whatever.
Yeah. That's absolutely
dude.
right. Yeah,
that's my dude. Anyway, going forward. Now we got a Big Mom situation.
Check the hat. Check the hat. That's real talk. Yeah.
All right. And I was kind of not really feeling Big Mom taking out what you call him, page one, but whatever.
Oh, I'm not feeling
that was page one and Ulti was supposed to be Nami and Usopp.
And Usopp, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How they would have overcome him, I don't know, but you usually level up some kind of way of coming to some craftiness, kind of like with Usopp and Chopper when they were in the Alabasta fight. Who was that? A couple of them numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And they just figured it out. They worked it out and they beat them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I figured it was going to be something like that between him and Nami taking out page one and Ulti. All right, page one's down, maybe not for good, but he took a pretty good shot. Nas down to Ulti, and we get into Ulti makes the idiotic mistake of assaulting Tama, thus incurring Big Mom's wrath. But she also incurs Nami's wrath, which, Nami, after having tried to weasel her way out of a fight with all right, first of all, they figured this is a good thing. Big Mom's going to take out Ulti and we can get out of here. But Big Mom's like, nah, once I'm finished with her, I'm going to take you. Then Nami, consistent with her character, true.
Yeah.
She tried to turn her Ulti against Big Mom and say, let's take her out together. And then, this is good comedy, first of all.
Great comedy, man. I enjoyed the hell out of this bit. Like, I'm trying to tell you, that was
She's like, Auntie, let's get together and take out Big Mom. She said the same thing. Now, once I'm finished with Big Mom, which is big talk, to be honest with you. Toby Rope will talk about once I'm finished with a Yonko. I'm gonna come after you.
She just and Big Mom just one hit it. Toby Rope. Like real talk. She just
and page one's her older or younger brother?
Her younger brother.
Younger brother? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe she thinks she's that much stronger than him. I don't know.
Maybe she is, but I'll be.
Last time I heard you ain't the commander, so that's all I can tell you.
You ain't taking no Big Mom. I mean, and like we said, Big Mom too hit it, Queen.
So
and he hit the commander.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, she putting dudes to sleep with one shot.
Yo, real talk.
So I wouldn't be, but she in her feelings, you know what I'm saying? She saw her little brother get hit. She in her feelings.
I got you.
So she rushed Big Mom. But then first she damaged little what's her name? Camacho.
Oh yeah,
He broke his jaw or something like that, which wasn't cool. Then made the mistake. But like I'm saying, the gist of it is this.
All right.
With I guess it's Usopp, less Usopp because crying and running is pretty much his thing. Fair. I'm the growth aspect of the bottom tier remains an issue to me to some respect, because not only haven't they physically leveled up Nami and Usopp, but then again, like I say, Usopp, fear is his thing. Okay, he usually rises above his fear at some point. But at some point, don't you, after consistently facing danger, doesn't that fear diminish to some point where you're not crying and weeping in front of your enemies and begging for mercy and stuff like that? Which is kind of just the bug on my butt a little bit with Nami and Usopp. They are the equivalent of Luffy's Toby Robo, right? They have to be. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everything under Zoro, Sanji, and what you call them, Jinbei.
Yeah.
The rest of that has to be equivalent to Kaido's Toby Robo, because that's in his crew. Since it's so small, that's all he has left.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And they are nowhere near ready to fight them, and they don't even come off near ready to stand in their presence. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of, if this is, I mean, you see what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't disagree with that, but I'm gonna say, like, essentially, we've had this conversation whereas I honestly feel like Wano is going to be the New World equivalent in the of in its lobby. I think, you know, that whole Water 7 saga was a saga of growth for the Straw Hats. Like, they came in and then they all kind of bloomed in some way. And that's not to say that there isn't growth in Usopp and Nami, because I honestly feel like a lot of those cats pre-time skip, like the big bads, they would match up with for real. Like, I got Nami taking Arlong, you know, and that's not even a stretch to me. Like, at this point, but they don't have hockey, and I know we disagree on the need of it. Or armament hockey hasn't bloomed for Usopp in particular, but like, I think this was a growth opportunity. And like you said, being afraid, that's both their shit. Like, it is what it is. Like, you know, and like, you see Nami on display because she's like, I'm trying to get out this fight, you know, by hook or by crook. So, you know, he's like, oh man, let's take, you know, when you finish here, let's go ahead and let's bust up Ulti. And then, like, Ulti-chan, you know, like, whatever. Like, I was feeling that. But that's who they are as individuals. And I feel like this was an opportunity for them to grow, and I think we're going to see that.
No, but here's my thing. Growth is relative. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
When they fought, say, the CP9, that was the strongest opponents that they had fought until that point.
Okay.
Then you go and you fight somebody like Kuma.
Okay.
Strongest cat that you face until that point. So by the time you run into Kuma, and Kuma said, "Give me the head of your captain, and I'll let you live," all of them defiantly said no. With not a tear in their eye and no regrets or whatever, ready to die for that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You go to, I mean, it's like ebbs and flows. So when you go and you say you go to Whole Cake Island, I seen a little bit more spine in Whole Cake Island out of her than I see here. And I don't understand what the difference would be. You know what I'm saying? When they were facing down, her and Luffy was facing down the armies that Big Mom sent after them after Sanji beat down Luffy, and he was content to stay there until Sanji came back. I saw a little bit more spine out of her at that point. Yeah, she wasn't being rushed by Toby Robo level people or whatever. But again, growth is relative. You should, at some point, to me, your expectations or your trepidation in a fight lessens because you've been there before. You know what I'm saying? Now, they wasn't at Marinefoot, I give you that, but they you know, they faced some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
your composure at some point levels up, is what I'm saying.
Well, I'm gonna say, like, to be fair though, like you said, so if you know, if you compare the crews, and the who stands in what place. So if you want to say who are Big Mom's Toby Ropo, at this point in time, like Peril Sparrow's near commander level, or he might be commander level, but let's just say her Toby Ropo are people like Peril Sparrow, Oven, what's my man name?
With the genie.
Yeah, I don't know why his name not coming to me right now. It'll come to me in a second. But like, if those are Big Mom's Toby Ropo level combatants, Tamago and
right.
And oh my goodness, I don't even know why I'm blanking on names right now. It's so crazy to me. But essentially, if those are Big Mom's Toby Ropo level combatants, how would Nami have reacted? Like, she wasn't trying to see Peril Sparrow. Like, it's not going to happen. So if you have two Toby Ropo level, this is in my mind, this is how they're going to react. I don't see them seeing Peril Sparrow and Oven and being like, come on, let's do this. They're going to run. They're going to run.
Big Mom jumped on their ship, and they faced her straight up, not through subordinates or whatever, on their ship trying to burn that joker down. And they seemed a little bit more composed in this. Well, she did anyway. Usopp wasn't there.
Usopp wasn't there. Usopp would have, look.
Look, check this out. Shabba Archipelago. Kizaru standing right in his face, going to kill his Nakama. He was scared, but he stood in front of the man and fired everything he had.
Well, I mean, but again, it's motivation, and it's who Usopp is, because his hockey bloomed in Dressrosa when Luffy needed an assist. Like, it was just whatever it was, my Nakama. Right now, it's him and Nami wasn't standing her ground until she's fighting Ulti at this point in time. So That's at this point, in my mind, it's probably going to end up being Nami, and Usopp is going to support her because his Nakama can't go down in his face. Like, it is what it is.
But again, what do they think they're fighting for? They're fighting for their captain. When you step on the battlefield, you gotta know what you gotta know what's coming, right? So once you step into the arena, it's on. So you got to figure out why you fighting once you get there. You can't figure that out when the bullets start flying. You know what I'm saying? Well, apparently you can, but whatever. Well, I'm saying I wouldn't walk into a fight if I didn't have a reason. My ultimate reason is my captain said we're going to liberate this country. I say, all right, I'm in your crew. Let's do it. When Shanks walked up in the Marineford and said, everybody, you want to still fight? It's us. Let's go. There wasn't nobody shaking in his crew. And Luffy's crew is going to have to match up with Shanks. He said he was going to build a crew that was equal to Shanks. Now, most of this is projected. Most of this is projecting because after Wano, all of this could be moved because these cats could have leveled up to a point where you can project them being at this level later. I guess my whole thing is I haven't seen that growth, and I'm concerned. At this point, they're doing good for comedy relief. It's whatever, what I'm saying. But these two, I even seen Chopper rise up a little bit, and Brook is completely past them on the scale. You know what I'm saying? Brook is good, as far as I'm concerned. Everybody's good except for these two that I'm worried about. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm writing off the characters. I love Nami. I love Usopp. Usopp's one of my favorite Straw Hats. I'm looking at his curve. You know what I'm saying? His growth curve. And it might just be an issue where they haven't gotten enough time to shine. And if it's going to be Wano, good luck, man, because this is versus Yonko. You know what I'm saying? It's going to have to be a big bump. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with that. I think, for me, I guess because we stand in agreement in so much that I feel like at some point you got to be able to hold down your weight class. I agree with you 110%. If you say Luffy's the captain, if you say Zoro, Sanji, and Jinbei are your commanders, everybody else has to be Toby Ropo level, definitively. And I feel like, and I think Zoro kind of touched on this earlier in Act 3, where they're on like the live floor, and essentially, if I have to run and chase down a poo, if I got to do your jobs, who, and that's my argument. When you say somebody's Yonko level, the captain can't just be the only Yonko level dude. Like it doesn't work out in my mind. He can't be Luffy's the only person that can go toe to toe with his opposite number. So if we're fighting Kaido's crew, it can't be Luffy's the only one that could hold down the captain. He can't be the only one that can hold. Everybody got to hold down their part. So Zoro has to hold down King. Sanji has to be able to hold down Queen. Jinbei has to be able to hold down Jack, and down the list. Otherwise, you get mismatches, and that's a problem. In my mind, if you can't hold down if we can't all hold down our spots, if Nami and Usopp can't hold down Ulti and Page One, then we got a problem.
Yeah,
because that means Zoro has to expend energy to take down Page One and Ulti, which means there's somebody has to.
Somebody,
Which in my mind means it's a jump, and I don't care who it is. if it's Kaido and King versus Big Mom, I got Big Mom going down.
Yeah.
If it's Big Mom and Katakuri versus Kaido, I got Kaido going down.
Right.
So if you have some kind of mismatch where your person can't hold down their spot, you've endangered your captain and your crew, and you might as well just go on back to East Blue. I'm with you.
I want to see that curve. I want to see it. Now, maybe this is it. But we already seen Page One got knocked out, so that kind of mystifies me. But assuming he's going to get back up.
That's disappointing to me. I'm going to tell you, I don't like it because I honestly, even if he gets up, he's still injured, and he's still gone through. Big Mom played a major assist in that fight. Like I the problem that I have, and we can talk about this later. It's not necessarily a problem, but you notice essentially Luffy's winning, and there's like still a slant. So I can say he beat Doflamingo in that fight at Dressrosa. However, I think if he fought Doflamingo again in a straight up fight, no assists, whatever, right after Dressrosa, I still had Doflamingo beating Luffy. So even though he won that fight, I don't have him being on that level. He beat Katakuri at Whole Cake Island. Had he fought right after Whole Cake Island, had he fought Katakuri again, straight up fight, Katakuri don't shank himself. I got Katakuri winning that fight. So Luffy he's still below, he beat Katakuri, but he wasn't beating Katakuri. He couldn't hold down that spot.
Right.
So there's still this kind of mismatch in your win versus your level. If he beats Page One, if he beats Page One at this point after he got that major assist from Big Mom, he's not Toby Ropo level. He won that fight. He can't hold down his spot. So if he fights Page One again, he ain't gonna win that. I don't have him winning, and I need you to be able to hold down your spot regardless. So that's important to me.
Yeah.
So I don't like Big Mom being involved. I'm gonna tell you that up front. Like that's a problem.
Now, whatever Oda got going through his mind, which is brilliance, no doubt. At the end of the day, Nami and Usopp have got to get a major win. They cannot leave Wano without getting a major win, because if they do, I'm gonna have some questions about that. I'm gonna have some questions because they're long overdue to level up. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I would also put Chopper in there, but it seems like Chopper's going to get mixed up into something decent.
No, I mean, I think he should go. I think you're safe to put him in there.
But yeah, true. Because again, this is the proving ground right here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're to advance past this battle to whatever lies ahead. They've got to level up. Everybody else is doing okay. You know what I'm saying? Frankie, Robin, and Brooke, they need some feats, but it's not as urgent as the bottom three. You know what I'm saying? These cats desperately need. Nami's gonna get an upgrade clearly with Zeus.
Yeah.
Usopp is gonna have to figure something. He's either gonna have to get armament hockey, or he's gonna have to get some new weapons or something. Maybe he got to go back.
Armament. Yeah.
Got to go back to Scott P and get them impact dials, get them back in the game. Which I wish he really would use, but whatever.
But he can't withstand impact he can't withstand impact if his arm won't hold. You know, if taking that blow from page one breaks his arm, that impact that he needs hockey. Like they need hockey. Like they need to. I'm my one, and I understand that because I don't want to. You don't want to minimize anything. Like Oda's been doing One Piece for over 20 years at this point. And I know he's looking to wind down some stuff. I got you.
Yeah.
And I'm being in my one. I love Wano, and wait, how this finishes. This might be my favorite arc in the entire.
Quite possibly,
yeah. Yeah, number one. So I love what's going on here, but I would have preferred had the crew got together and they had like a intermediate arc between this. Like I honestly feel like as a crew, they're skipping steps. I would have felt more comfortable had they not encountered if there was somebody else in between them hitting the Toby Ropo. Because like I said, they don't have feet. So part of me, if they overcome this, they need assist, they need whatever, and I'm not comfortable with them being at that level at this point in time. So like as a crew, I felt like they needed to level up, and I know that this arc is going to give them that. I just don't want to leave this arc feeling like their growth is shortchanged, or that there's any kind of BS in any kind of regard with their leveling up. Like I don't know.
And then you got to wonder if Big Mom does assist them in some kind of way with page one and Ulti, or even if she doesn't, what's going to be her outlook on dealing with them two?
Yeah, Big Mom is
because if Nami needs Zeus to take out Ulti, that's going to mean that Big Mom's going to have to let her have it, because she could easily just absorb the life that she gave him and just leave her on her own. So it's going to have to be a gift at some point.
That's true, and I'm wondering because like Big Mom is such an interesting character. Like, and I know we don't want to go back to 1011, but like this, I don't know if we want to call it a heel turn or the betrayal or whatever. It throws a wrench in the whole thing. So Miss Big Mom, she's just too powerful a player, and I don't know, she's a huge X factor. So I'm with you. So at this point, my just what I'm guessing is going to happen, I would tell you is I assume that essentially Nami stepping up to fight Ulti is going to give her some brownie points, and Big Mom, whatever, where she's going to gift Nami Zeus. Like, all right, I got Hera. You can go ahead and take that chump. He's yours now.
Right.
So I anticipate that, that's what's going to happen. So like,
where does that put her with the Straw Hats though?
Who, Big Mom? Is she an ally? See, I'm under the impression she's not going to be, because it still seems to me the way things are matching up. Law is coming for Big Mom. Kid is coming for Big Mom.
Right.
Now Big Mom is still going to be independent. She's just going to be cool with Nami and Usopp. So I think the Straw Hats are still on her crap list. But Nami might have won her heart over.
Okay.
So she's a very interesting character in her own right. I know I was watching a lot of videos and people upset that essentially her motivation was food and whatever. All that kind of stuff fits into her character to me.
Yeah.
But I don't know, she's a strange X factor.
So she clearly, she said she got a cold or whatever, but she also like murdered her children back at home. So,
so I mean,
one of her sons was scared or something. She wound up killing him. So her.
No, to be fair though, all her stuff is food based. So like real talk. So her son got murked, and she was in her hunger pain mode, which is essentially how she went off and killed all the people when she was like Big Mom. It's such a I think it was that band Liam at Grand Line Review, and I agree with this. Like, she's the Majin Buu of One Piece. Like, it's just
right. That's yeah.
Like, she had no ill will. I don't know that she would have intended to kill her. The only of her children that she really straight up threatened that I can recall is Pero Sparrow. When essentially he said, she said, if you're trying to work me, we're gonna have ourselves a problem. You're gonna pay for this one. But outside of that, anytime she's destroyed an island, anytime it was all, she runs a racket. I'm not gonna say she doesn't, and I don't know how much of a racket it is, because truth be told, in this world, it seems like pirates do attack islands.
Yeah.
But you can use my name. All you got to do is give me food. If you don't give me my food and pay up your end, I'm going to mess you up.
Protection racket.
That's it's a racket. But that's her code. So this fits into her code as far as I'm concerned. Her son got
that's true.
When she was in hunger pang mode. So I mean, all this actually lines up with my Big Mom. So I'm not upset with that. I'm upset with essentially this means she's allied herself in some ways with the Straw Hats, and I want Usopp and Nami to level up, and she's stepping on that. So that's a problem for me in that regard. So
if Nami does get a one-on-one with OT, Usopp's gonna have to fight somebody.
He got to do something.
He's gonna have to do. And look, I get it. He's a long-range dude, and close-range fighting ain't his thing. But you got to figure something out. Because you don't get to choose your fights. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that 100%. 100%. I need something from him, or I'm be real disappointed. And Usopp, I told you, my second favorite character in the whole series.
Oh yeah.
I love Usopp. I love him. Yeah. He's hysterical. Usopp is my dude. I love him. I need him to do something. He got to beat somebody.
Okay. and everybody, before anybody starts saying there's hate or nothing like that, hate on Oda, no. You know what I'm saying? It's just talk. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, fans can have opinions. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a fan. I'm an Oda fan. I'm a One Piece fan. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no hate on Oda. I'm just saying this is my concern. You know what I'm saying? But I'm reading this Joker regardless. You know what I'm saying? This is my book. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
That's all I read, basically.
I find I have concerns all the time about a certain direction. Oh, I don't know how this is going to go, and Oda always surprises me. He always gets it out in which I feel like I have a little egg on my face. Dave, why were you concerned? It's Oda. He's going to deliver. So, but right now he got me feeling. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, what's going to happen? I'm not sure about this one. Yeah.
He's got this book on lock, so I ain't mad at all. So all right, so that I think that was a good bridge chapter.
Okay.
Depending on, I'm still concerned about the amount of fights that are out there, because there are a lot of fights. I mean, some of these I imagine are going to be off screen.
I think a lot of them are going to have to be off screen. I think he's going to drill in on the ones that absolutely matter, and to me, those would be the ones that feature the Mugiwara. I mean, not to say Inuarashi and Jack aren't important. I don't have to see it. I don't know that I have to see it. I'd rather see the Mugiwara fights.
We'll see. All right. So that wraps up this edition of Manga Mondays. Manga Monday. Yeah, Manga Monday. And next week, we're going to get some kind of fight. Hopefully, we'll get an actual fight, but I doubt it. We'll probably get another setup.
We get more setup.
Yeah, I mean, when the actual fight starts, I don't know.
Sanji hasn't made it to the live floor, so.
Yeah. That's the one I'm waiting for, to see who he gets set up with. But until next week, we out from the Crisis Corner, and I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, and as a reminder, C3 Comics is going to Kickstarter this Wednesday, with 4 Armageddon. The trade it will be on Kickstarter. Please check us out. Pledge, all that good stuff. The 12th, May the 12th, we're going to Kickstarter. You keep an eye on our website and on our Facebook page, and we got information all over the place. Come support the crew. We appreciate it. Till next time, we out. Stay loose.